Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, My Project Ideas. Today we are going to make a Java project on online auction system. Let us begin. Let us first see the requirements. You will be requiring a Java IDE and a Swing module to create a good looking interface. Let us now understand the working of the source code. Here is my main method. I am passing an object of main screen class. It is a GUI form. So to create one, you need to go over here in the project package, then click on new, then click on Swing UI Designer, and then click on GUI form. Two files will be generated. I have named it as main screen. Okay, this is the first screen that the user sees when we run the program. This is the .form file for the UI part and the .java file for the code part. So let's see the UI part first. I have added two J buttons over here, and this is a J label, and I have named my panel as auction panel and provided few margins over here. Okay, and let's move to the code part. This is the class, and these fields will be generated automatically once you design the panel. And then I have created an object of JFrame class, named it as this auction f, and under my constructor, this is my constructor. These few lines are required so that whenever you create an object of main screen class, this panel appears in the screen. Okay, so I have set this set visible to true so that the screen up is visible, and this line is for closing the app. On popping the screen, three buttons will appear over here, same like this: the minimize button, the maximize, and the cross for exiting the app. Okay, so it will stop the app if you press the cross button. And let's move to the working of the buttons. So right click over here, then click on create listeners for both the buttons. So let's provide the functionality. This is my listener. It will be generated once you click on create listener, and then I am passing an object of customer class, and then passing over here the admin class. These two are also the GUI form, so you can similarly create by going over here, click on new, then similarly you can add the form. Then first I have named it as customer. This is the .java file for that, and this is the .form file. And similarly for the admin, this is the .java file, and this is the admin. Let's understand the admin panel first. This is the panel uh, which when appear if you click over here in the admin, on the admin button. Okay, so I have provided the panel name as this, provided margins. These are the text field. This is a J label. Okay, you can design it over from here. And these are the buttons: the start auction button, the add item button, and the close button. This is a J table, and do not forget to add the J table under the J scroll pane. This is a timer which is initially set to 1 minute. Okay, and let's see the code. This is the .java file. Similarly, you need to add these fields will be added automatically. So, and similarly you need to create an object over here of JFrame class, and under the constructor you need to add the following lines. And this table data is a method which I have created, so to get the data from the database. I'll explain the working later in the video. And let's see the functionalities of these buttons. So to add one, you need to go over here on the create listener, then this listener will be generated. What I am doing here is passing this method start timer, and then timer dot start. Timer is the I have created a variable over here of type timer. Okay, and over here I am calculating the seconds. Okay, I have set this to 60 and it's static, so for all the instances the counter remains valid. Okay, so I have kept it static. And then in the admin button, sorry, this in the add button over here, the functionality that I have provided is if the fields are null over here. Okay, if the fields are null, then pop up the message Please fill all fields to add record. Otherwise, if they are not null, then pass this query. This is the query, and my table name is auction, and the this is the data which I am storing. Okay, and this is the format for prepared values. Prepared statement. So what I'm doing here is building the connection over here, passing the URL, the username, and the password, and then I'm setting my text. If the type is of string, then you need to call set string over here. Okay, and if it is of type integer, then set int, and image will be of type blob. So I am calling this set blob method, and at particular index I am storing the values, name information. The over here I have named this text field as name data. So name data dot get text extracts the data into the text field and then set the value to at first column. Okay, under first column, which is item name. And set blob is we have inputting this value input stream over here. So I am storing the file in this variable f. Okay, I am making the file, and we are getting the path from the over here, this text field. So once you select the file, I'll show you over here this method which I am calling. Okay, this button method, I'll show you this first. Create, sorry, not listener. We need to go over to the listener. Okay, this is the select button. For what I'm doing here is first I'm creating this chooser. Okay, what it does that once you click over this button, the window will pop up with all the files of your system. Okay, so it helps to do that. So and when the file is chosen, and so these two lines are for the filters, so you can select the file accordingly. I have set the filter to image type and of extension jpg and png, so those files do appear in the screen. Okay, and then what I'm doing here is calling this method show save dialog box. And the dialog box, if you select something from, if you select a file, then it will be stored in the form of integer. If it's 0, then the file is not selected, and if it's 1, it's selected. Okay, so I'm checking if it's available or not. Okay, if the user has chosen any file, we can also write over here else pop up a message that please select a file. Okay, so I'm calling this jfile chooser dot approve option. You can also use 0 1 accordingly. Okay, so first I'm saving the file in this selected image over here, and then I'm setting my path. Okay, so when you call this when you press on this button, the path will be set. Okay, on choosing the file, the path will be automatically saved over here in this text field. So I am setting my path dot set text, and the selected image path will be extracted from there. And the image label dot set icon, the image label is over here. Okay, you can see this, it's a j label. And I am calling this set icon method of the label, and I'm calling this method resize and providing the path to it. Okay, so over here in the add button, we are getting the path details, and I'm creating a new file of type file. Okay, and then we now want it to format it in the way so that set blob can accept it. Okay, so it can accept this input stream type. So we are generating this new instance of input stream, and then adding my file over here. It accepts the file. Okay, so this file will be saved in the input stream format. Okay, and then I am passing this over here, so my file gets saved into the database. And then we will also want to see the image. over here in the J label on selecting the image. Okay, so I'm calling this set icon and resize the image first, and passing my path over here. Let's see the resize method. This is the method I am returning image icon. Okay, so first I am getting my image in the form of image icon in this variable, and I am giving the path from here. Okay, from here I am providing the path because I have set this to string type a parameter, and then finally extracting it in the form of image icon, then first converting it over here, calling this get image to convert it in over here, so that we can call this get scaled instance and then scale it accordingly. We are resizing it and setting the width and the height you can choose, and the type is of scale smooth. Okay, and after this when you have reset the resized the image size everything, and then we need to uh, parse it uh, to image icon. Okay, so we have this line, we are creating the new instance of this image icon and then passing our image over here, the new image of type image over here. Okay, and then it returns the image, final image, which is of type image icon. So over here we are setting the icon to our return type image icon. Okay, so and let's see the mouse listener. Okay, so mouse listener you can add from here over here. Go over here and the table, click on create listener, then click on mouse listener. Your mouse listener will be created. Okay, and this is the mouse listener. What you want is to have the row, the particular row and the column, and then extract the particular value, and you can set it over here. Okay, for example, this is the first row. Under the first column, if you select this, then the value round will be retrieved, and you can set over here, either here, anywhere you want. Okay, so first I am getting my model by calling this get model and storing it in this variable of type default model. Then the selected row we are getting from the get selected row of we are calling this method from the table. Okay, and then these are the fields which I am uh, changing. So we are first setting the admin name data. Okay, over here what I am doing here is these are my fields, and I have created this field over here, admin data and admin price data of type string, and the admin image data, which is stored in this class as this. Okay, admin image data. So what I'm doing here is first extracting the data. Mm, okay, this is the table listener. So, and first extracting the data under the 0th column, which is the name, and I am setting it to this variable. Okay, and then setting my name data over here is my name data. I am setting it to this. I'll show you why I'm doing it in this way, because we require the same data in the customer panel also. Okay, over here we need to provide the data. So I'm storing it in three other variables too. So for retrieving the image, you need to have the byte array. Okay, it's of type byte array. This is my variable name, and first what I'm doing here is parsing it this value. You can call this method get value add and pass your selected row and column. Okay, this is of image type, so we are getting it in the form of byte array. Okay, and then when we have this in this variable, then you need to call this image icon again and store the pass your image array over here. Okay, byte array over here, and then it will be saved in this image icon. Then similarly, you can call also resize button, the resize method over here. Okay, you can resize it again, and then the pic is stored in this admin image data. Okay, and then I'm setting the image label again to this, and the price to the selected row and column by calling this get value add, and the price too from the data we are getting in this over here. Okay, so these fields are getting populated with the data you chose from this table. This is the close button. Close button is just disposing the frame. Okay, we are calling this dispose method, and this is the timer. Okay, here is my timer over here. So what I'm doing here is starting the timer, new timer, and the delay is of 1000. So 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. So the delay is of 1 second, and this is the action listener which I have provided. So what we want to do at the end of the timer, okay, when the timer stops. So when the seconds is equals to -1, I'm stopping the time. Okay, it will run till 0, and then at the end of it, it will get the table data. Okay, I'm calling this. So when you again after the after opening this panel, the timer starts, and once it stops, so it will change the data over here. So we want to get the updated data, so we are calling this table data. Okay, else if it's from 0 to 9, okay, we are setting the text to this 00. We are just storing it in this format. Okay, so 0 1, the seconds will be 1 2 3 till 9, and beyond 10 it will be stored like this. Okay, this is the start timer, and I'm just decreasing this seconds value over here in the start timer. Okay, which I have initially set to 60. This is my table data. I'm just extracting the data from the table auction. Okay, and saving the result in the result set, and then calling this set table model and passing this. I have already told you that use dbutils dot result set to table model method and pass your result set, and then catching exception if there is any. Okay, this is all for the admin part. Let's move to the customer panel. This is the customer panel. Okay, this is the j label. These are the text fields, and this is j label. There are two buttons over here for adding the bit. This is the table which we are getting over here, and add this under the jscroll pane. Okay, this is my panel over here, and these are the j labels. Okay, this is a j label. Initially it's set to null, and we are getting the name, the price, and the image which we are storing over here. Okay, once we click save the items and click over here and start the auction. Okay, these values which I have stored over here in the admin name, the and admin image, we can get it over here. It extends admin. Okay, this customer class extends admin. Okay, these are the fields will be automatically generated, and we are getting the okay bidder name and the price over here as name and bidder. Okay, and I am initially setting it to null first, and okay, creating an object over here, then passing these lines over to the over to my constructor. Okay, and what I'm doing here is starting the timer from I'm first accepting these seconds over here, which I have we need to also set integer over here, private static int sec. Okay, these are my seconds. I am saving my seconds value from the admin dot seconds value. Okay, admin is my class over here. So once we start the timer, okay, so suppose the seconds are 50 seconds. Okay, that 50 value will get over here. Okay, when we this line runs, that we'll get 50 value and the timer starts from there 50. Okay, this is the same method which we are using over here, and then timer dot starts. Okay, these are the values. So we are getting the admin dot admin name, we are extracting the name, all these name, the price, the image, and we are saving it in these variables, name, the price as images. Okay, and then we are uh, calling this set text, set icon button, set methods, and passing these values. You can directly just copy this and pass it over here, it will also work. Okay, so these values are filled with the data that we are receiving from the admin part. Okay, admin panel. Okay, let's see our add button. It's the similar way we are adding, which we are doing over here. Okay, first I am checking if the fields are null or not, passing the message and inserting. This is my another table bid. I'm saving these names over here. Okay, uh, and I'm calling the set string and set int method. The price will be of integer type, so I'm passing it first and then saving it in this, and then calling this, and this message will be popped up, and then those two fields will be set to null again. Okay, it's and then I'm calling table data, which is over here. This table will get populated with data from the database. The close button is just disposing the frame. Okay, this is the same timer. Okay, okay, over here I am injecting this query. What I am doing over here is in the start timer, it works in the same way. It's just that at the when if what we do in the main screen, that instead of admin we uh, click on this button first, customer, so it will receive the value 60. Okay, which is over here, it will receive the value 60 and save it in seconds. So if the value is 60, okay, so we are setting the text auction not started, and else minus minus whatever it is. After starting the timer, we started and it will start decreasing, so whatever it is, then start decreasing the timer, and then if it reaches this, then stop. And after stopping, okay, when the timer stops, we need to insert the data into the table. What I'm doing here is I'm extracting the maximum data from the table. So once you start adding all this data into the table, okay, what it will do, that extract the maximum value, the maximum bid, what you from all the list. Okay, it will only have one entry, so it will extract that, and then we'll set the values to this text fields over here, and then update another this table, auction table, which I am storing over here. It consists of two more values, which is the bidder name and the price. Okay, so set bidder name to bidder, which is over here, the text field, and the sold at value is we are saving the name bid. Okay, which we are getting over here from the query result, which is stored in the result set. Okay, and after that, after entering the details into the table, what we do is delete the table. Okay, we want to delete all the data from the table, so we are deleting all everything from bid table, and then executing the update for both. Okay, this update and this select query, we are updating it and then catching exception if there is any, and then calling the after updating everything, calling this again. Okay, this is the table data. This is selecting from bid. This is my table name, and building the connection and saving the result of the query into the result set. And then this catching exception if there is any. Okay. uh, okay, this is it. Let's run the program. Okay. First we call this admin button. We Okay, this panel appears. What we want to do is add the name. For example, we want a painting. Item name is painting and the price is 1000. Let's say 1000. Then we want to select an image. I have already downloaded an image. Okay, so under over here, this painting. Okay, this is the painting. It's of height 200 and width 200, which we have set it. Okay, this is the path over here. Let's add it. Details added successfully. You will find this, and we are not getting the names over here, the bidder name and sold at. Okay, so once we click over here, okay, we have selected it, and then start auction. The time starts, so we close it and then start the customer. Okay, so over here, customer panel, you see the time starts from where we left off from the admin panel. So this is over. This is my name. Okay, it extracted the name correctly and the price and this image. So let's say we add Aman, and the price is of 1000, so let's say of 2000. Okay, and then we add bid. Okay, it added, so it gets added over here. Then I use 2500. Okay, we add bid again. Then 2600. Okay, add bid. It gets added. So out of all three, this it's sold to Karthik at 2600. The highest bid was 2600. Okay, so once you press OK, it deletes the table. Okay, and then you uh, when you see this, okay, this panel, when you open this panel again, you you can see the highest bidder name and the price which he has selected. Okay, this is it. It's working. I hope you understood the working of the code. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting project ideas.